Welcome to Giant Discovery, where we unveil the raw truths of nature, proving that even kings can bleed in this land. The lion stands as the ultimate symbol of power and dominance, ruling over the vast plains with a terrifying, majestic roar. However, beneath this legendary reputation lies a fragile reality where survival is never guaranteed, even for the monarchs of the wild. Every day is a constant battle for life, and the title of king offers no protection against the brutality of nature. Our journey begins at the water's edge, a dangerous boundary where the lion's authority dissolves into the murky depths of the river. Here lies the Nile crocodile, an ancient predator that fears nothing, waiting patiently for a momentary lapse in the lion's attention. In a split second, the water erupts with violence as the crocodile launches an ambush that can crush bones instantly. The lion escapes by a mere inch, realizing that in this domain it is not the hunter, but the vulnerable prey. Even on land, the conflict continues as these two apex predators clash over food, neither willing to surrender their hard-won prize. The raw power of the reptile often forces the mammal to retreat, proving that claws are not always enough to win. Defeated by the river tyrant, the lion must seek sustenance elsewhere, carrying the heavy burden of hunger and bruised pride. Leaving the water, the lion faces the true heavyweights of the savanna, whose sheer size commands absolute respect and fear. The black rhino is a living tank, equipped with poor eyesight, but a temper that can turn deadly in seconds. Attempting to hunt such a creature is a gamble with death, as the rhino's horn is a weapon of mass destruction. There is no dignity in this retreat, only the primal instinct to survive against a force that cannot be stopped. Even more formidable are the elephants, whose intelligence and family bonds create an impenetrable fortress against any predator, including lions. When the matriarch decides to attack, the lion is reduced to a fleeing shadow, dwarfed by the giant's immense power. One stomp could end the lion's reign forever, a stark reminder that size and strength are the true laws here. Forced into the branches like a frightened cat, the king looks down, realizing his dominion has strict physical limits. Peace returns to the plains as the giants depart, leaving the predator to contemplate its failure in the safety of height. We move to the wetlands, the domain of the hippo, often cited as the most dangerous animal on the African continent. Their comical appearance hides a ferocious temper and jaws capable of snapping a canoe or a lion in half. Territorial disputes here are violent, and the lion's presence is seen as an immediate insult that must be punished severely. Exploding from the mud, the hippo attacks with a speed that defies its bulk, catching the feline completely off guard. Claws scratch uselessly against the thick hide, proving that the lion's primary weapons are ineffective against such a defense. Driven back to the dry scrub, the lion learns once again that some boundaries in nature are drawn in blood. As darkness falls, the haunting laughter of hyenas fills the air, signaling the start of a persistent and psychological war. Individually they are weak, but together, hyenas form a relentless army that fears no single lion on the plains. They use numbers and stamina, wearing down the royal hunter with 1,000 small cuts and an endless harassment campaign. Frustration mounts as the lion's brute strength fails to connect with the agile and mocking scavengers surrounding it. Reinforcements may temporarily break the siege, but the hyenas never truly leave, always waiting for the next opportunity. In this brutal economy, a hard-earned meal can be stolen in minutes, leaving the hunters with nothing but hunger. Their jaws are designed to crush bone, ensuring that nothing is wasted, and serving as a grim reminder of their power. Beyond the brute force conflicts, other predators have evolved different strategies, like the elusive and solitary leopard in the trees. The leopard avoids conflict by taking the game vertical, hoisting heavy prey into the canopy where lions cannot easily reach. Ground-bound lions can only watch in envy, outmaneuvered by a cat that has mastered the three-dimensional landscape. Stealth and solitude are its armor, allowing it to thrive in the shadows of the larger, more aggressive super-predators. On the open plains, the cheetah relies on a different superpower, trading brute strength for pure, explosive speed. It is the fastest land animal, a biological masterpiece designed to outrun anything, leaving lions far behind in the dust. However, this speed comes at a high cost, as the cheetah is fragile and easily bullied by stronger predators. The lion dominates here not by speed, but by intimidation, forcing the cheetah to surrender its prize without a fight. Then there are the African wild dogs, the most successful hunters, relying on absolute teamwork and unbreakable social bonds. Their strategy is endurance. They run their prey to exhaustion, communicating constantly to ensure the pack succeeds as one unit. While lions often fight alone or in pairs, the dogs act as a single organism, boasting the highest success rate. Yet lions perceive them as threats, often killing their young not for food, but to eliminate future competition. The pack retaliates with fearless aggression, a chaotic swirl of teeth and noise that can drive even a lion away. The king rests, but the scars on his body tell the story of a ruler constantly under siege from all sides. But the greatest threat to a lion often comes not from other species, but from within its own kind. Civil war is common as males fight to the death for territory, mating rights, and the control of a pride. These battles are savage and bloody, often leaving the loser exiled, injured, or dead on the dry savanna floor. For the loser, it is a sentence of solitude and slow starvation, a tragic fall from the height of power. Even within the sisterhood, violence erupts to protect cubs or establish rank. Proving peace is rare in the lion's world. The darkest truth is infanticide, where new kings kill the previous ruler's offspring to bring females back into heat. It is a heartbreaking cycle of loss and renewal, a ruthless mechanism that drives the evolution of the strongest genetics. The African wilderness is a complex tapestry where every species plays a critical role in maintaining the delicate balance. Even the mightiest king eventually falls, becoming sustenance for the scavengers, completing the eternal circle of life and death. Yet hope remains in the new generation, learning the hard lessons of survival that will one day make them rulers. We have witnessed the struggles against the river monsters, the gray giants, the swamp kings, and the laughing clans. The lion retains his crown not because he is invincible, but because he endures against impossible odds every single day. As night falls again, the eternal game of survival resets, and the king must once again fight to see tomorrow. Nature teaches us that power is fleeting, and vulnerability is the shared condition of every living creature on Earth. Wisdom is earned through scars, and the survivors are those who learn to respect the strengths of their neighbors. We must also acknowledge the Cape buffalo, whose collective defense has ended the reign of many ambitious lion kings. When the hunter becomes the hunted, the buffalo demonstrates a ferocity that rivals any predator on the African plains. In these moments of weakness, the pride's social bond becomes the only lifeline keeping the injured monarch from death. Under the vast canopy of stars, the drama continues silently, a never-ending story written in the dust and blood. The river never sleeps, and the ancient reptiles continue their vigil, serving as the eternal guardians of the waterways. The giants wander through the darkness, their presence alone enough to clear a path through the dense and dangerous bush. The night belongs to the clans, whose complex communication coordinates their movements across miles of darkness in search of food. High above, the leopard secures its prize, outwitting the scavengers below who can only circle and whine in frustration. For the lions, night offers a cloak of invisibility, kipping the odds slightly back in favor of the silent hunters. Chaos erupts in the shadows, a desperate scramble where a single misstep means death for the prey or starvation for the predator. Victory is messy and competitive, as even family members must fight for their share of the life-sustaining nourishment. By morning, nothing remains but bones, as the ecosystem recycles every atom, leaving no trace of the night's violence. Amidst the brutality, there are moments of tenderness, reminding us that these killers are also parents and social beings. The legacy continues as the young watch and learn, preparing to one day face the same trials as their fathers. In the river, the hippo calf rides safely on its mother, protected by the most aggressive maternal instinct in nature. Tiny crocodiles race to the water, vulnerable now, but destined to become the armored terrors of the river deep. The elephant herd teaches us about compassion, raising their young with a level of care that rivals human society. Even the hyena den is a place of play and social bonding, where the hierarchy is established through rough games. The young leopard learns that gravity is unforgiving, and mastery of the trees is the only key to its survival. Wild dogs share everything, ensuring that the pups are fed first, a level of cooperation that ensures the pack's future. The midday sun brings a temporary truce, as the heat forces all players to seek shade and conserve their energy. Under the acacia, the kings look vulnerable, defeated not by beasts, but by the relentless climate of their homeland. Prey and predator alike are united by the need to survive the elements, pausing their eternal war for a moment. But the African weather is dynamic, and the arrival of storm clouds promises relief and a change in the dynamic. The rain brings life, but also chaos, washing away scents and making the ground slippery for the chase. A wet lion loses its regal aura, resembling a miserable cat, reminding us again of the biological reality beneath the myth. The opportunists thrive in the chaos, finding advantages in the storm that the more specialized hunters struggle to navigate. As the storm clears, the land is reborn, and the eternal cycle of hunting and evading begins anew with vigor. Let us look closer at the tools of the trade. Retractable claws, designed to hook and hold onto struggling massive prey. Their canines are precision instruments, evolved to deliver a suffocating bite to the throat or sever the spinal cord. But against the rhino's armor, these weapons are often insufficient, requiring the lion to take immense risks to succeed. Compared to the crocodile's snap, the lion's bite is weak. The reptile possesses the strongest bite force in the animal kingdom. The lion lacks the cheetah's aerodynamics, relying on ambush and power rather than the sustained high-speed chase. And it lacks the cardiovascular endurance of the wild dog, unable to run for miles without overheating and collapsing. The lion is a jack of all trades, powerful and adaptable, but master of none when compared to the specialists. Its true superpower is social cooperation. The pride allows them to tackle prey that no single lion could dream of. But even the pride can fail, and when the formation breaks, the individual lions are left exposed to deadly counterattacks. An injury that would be minor for a human is a death sentence here, preventing the predator from hunting effectively. The pride cannot wait for the weak. The survival of the group always outweighs the life of a single individual. Sensing weakness, the scavengers close in, turning the hunter into the haunted, as the balance of power shifts dramatically. He summons one last roar, a bluff to mask his pain, but the wild knows when a king is falling. Elsewhere, a nomad arrives, strong and hungry for power, ready to seize the opportunity created by the old king's decline. He marks the trees and fills the air with his challenge, signaling the beginning of a new era of conflict. The old king hears the call, knowing that his time is past and that nature tolerates no weakness in leadership. They meet on the dusty plains, the past facing the future, in a confrontation that can only end in blood. Sometimes wisdom dictates surrender. The old king cedes his throne, choosing a quiet exile over a violent death. The pride accepts the new protector, ensuring that strong genes will continue to drive the survival of the species. We have seen that the lion is not an invincible god, but a flesh-and-blood creature subject to fear and failure. Yet it is this very struggle that makes the lion majestic. Their nobility comes from enduring a world that wants them dead. The titans, like elephants and hippos, shape the land itself, creating the stage upon which the lion must perform. The scavengers keep the plains clean, preventing disease, and ensuring that energy flows efficiently through the food web. The specialized hunters fill the niches left open, proving that diversity of strategy is the key to a healthy ecosystem. Every creature has a strength that can be countered and a weakness that can be exploited by the right adversary. Nature does not favor the lion above the rest. It favors balance, resilience, and the relentless drive to survive. The roar of the lion is not just a claim of territory, but a defiant shout against the overwhelming odds. As long as the sun rises over Africa, the king will continue his dangerous dance with the titans and tyrants. The future lies in the paws of the young, who must learn these harsh lessons quickly if they are to endure. In death, they give back to the earth that sustained them, fueling the grass that feeds the prey they once hunted. The prey grazes on the legacy of the predator, a poetic justice that binds all living things in a loop. This is the circle of life, a brutal yet beautiful mechanism that has functioned perfectly for millions of years. We watch with awe, seeing in these animals a reflection of our own struggles for power, survival, and legacy. The lion cares not for our admiration. His only concern is the crocodile in the water and the rival in the bush. As the sun sets once more, we leave the African plains, humbled by the complex reality of the animal kingdom. The actors leave the stage or prepare for the night shift, playing their parts in this ancient, unscripted drama. Giant Discovery is proud to bring you these stories, peeling back the layers of myth to reveal the wild truth. If you were moved by the struggles of the king and his rivals, please like this video and share it. Explore our channel for more deep dives into nature's greatest rivalries and the hidden secrets of the animal world. Remember that true strength is not about never falling, but about rising every time you are knocked down. From the might of the elephant to the persistence of the hyena, every life here has a story of courage. Speed, power, stealth, and teamwork. These are the currencies of the wild, traded daily in the marketplace of survival. Even the king needs rest, dreaming of a savanna where the water is safe and the rivals have retreated. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the triumphs and tribulations of the African lion and its neighbors. This story was brought to you by our dedicated team of researchers and filmmakers passionate about the natural world. We acknowledge the beauty of the African continent and the importance of conserving these magnificent creatures for future generations. Conservation is the only way to ensure that the roar of the lion continues to echo across these plains forever. Stay curious, stay wild, and keep discovering the giants of our planet with us here at Giant Discovery. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss an adventure with us. Click the video on the left to see how wolves conquered the north, a different story of pack power. Or click the video on the right to dive deep into the ocean and meet the true rulers of the deep. We appreciate your time and support. Your viewership helps us continue to tell these important stories of the wild. Goodbye for now, and we will see you in the next Giant Discovery. The wild is waiting for you.